today's video. Today's another collaboration with several other ladies or other channels. And so today's video is going to be home management. So basically more like a cleaning routine. Do I have any, specific home management routines, or do I follow a kids chart as well for my children to help out? I'm going to go kind of in detail with that. Leave in the description box below the playlist to other channels that are participating in this collaboration. So don't forget to go check them out. So as some of you may know, and if not, welcome to my channel. I have 4 young children, and I like to keep things quite tidy and clean around here. I am not one that's going to clean last minute, especially if I have a gathering or something going on at my house, and I like to keep things quite tidy, at least in the main areas, so that if we have visitors pop in unexpectedly. So how I would like to say is I don't follow one kind of strict cleaning routine. I don't save 1 or 2 days a week for cleaning. I am a stay-at-home mom, and so I like to tackle cleaning every day. So to ensure everything's clean, my kitchen stays quite clean. My dining room and living room area upstairs, those are all areas that I keep quite tidy on a regular basis, as well as my entranceway. I would say that I tackle stuff in there every day, whether it be dusting certain areas, making sure the tabletops, the countertops are clean. Sweeping I do multiple times a day, and if you have young children, you would understand as well that that is something that is hard, and we have real hardwood floor, and I find everything absolutely shows on these floors, and so it's very, very difficult. So I do that stuff every day. As for mopping my floors, I would probably say I do every 3rd day roughly. I like to do, if there's a bigger mess, then I do it sooner, but that's how I'd like to stay with that. As for my laundry, of course, with the hydro costs being so expensive, I try and use my on-peak, off-peak hours. Now, I don't know if this is something that is kind of everywhere worldwide, but in my area, I'm in Northern Ontario in Canada, we have off-peak, on-peak hours, mid-peak, so basically when your hydro costs more or less. And so I like to use that timing to, try and save on costs. We have late evenings, so like after 7, so from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. That's cheaper for us, and then weekends from Friday to Monday morning. So I try to use that. Obviously, I don't like to leave everything pile up until the weekend where I have massive loads of laundry to do. So I try and keep up laundry throughout the week. So I would typically put 1 load in at night, pop it in the dryer, and then in the morning I'll go and fold that load. So that's how I keep up with my laundry, and it does quite well. Of course, we're a family of 6, so we have quite a bit of laundry, and I don't feel overwhelmed by that at all. In terms of my kids, my oldest is 5, and then a 4-year-old. This one here sleeping with me is 7 months, and then we have a 2-year-old. So I don't use any chore charts at this time. However, I'm trying to incorporate, for some Christmas gift ideas for the kids, I'm trying to incorporate some charts or some chore charts, at least for the 2 older ones, and then also how we can incorporate a I can't even think of the word I'm thinking in French. So basically where we can reward, like a reward system. So that is all in place. So if you have a reward system that you currently use with your children, can you just let me know down in the comments below what you use? Do you have like a bin of toys that you let them choose from? Do you give them money to put in a piggy bank? Do you reward them by going to the store with them? I would just like to see. Now, I am not one that typically buys my kids stuff every time we go out. I don't believe in that. Again, I have 4 kids, and so when they are well deserving of something, or if it could be that they do well in school, something like that, I like to do a reward. But other than that, there's birthdays and Christmas, and I think that that's more than enough. I don't feel, that I need to spoil them. And so, we do go out regularly with them, and I do get asked, Mom, can I have this, can I have that? And the answer is no. I'm that mean mom, but again, it's all in hopes to help them as they grow up. This is stuff that they don't need. This is stuff that we don't need to spend money on, and I prefer taking extra money and putting it aside for their college and university fund. So that is all being said. I kind of went off track a little bit, but with that being said, I just would love to know your reward system and how you use that. So the answer is I don't use a chore chart yet. It is coming, most likely beginning end of December, beginning of January. Now my kids, I do make sure that they help though, and as they're younger, so there's basic tasks. So the tasks that I use right now are they take off their clothes, they change obviously every day, whether go from PJ to school, back from school to PJs. So their clothes, they pick them up, they bring them, we have a pile in our room because we're upstairs and our laundry room's downstairs, so it either goes in our room. When that pile gets big, they each help bring down some clothes to our laundry room, which is super helpful for me also. Other than that, it's toys. All their toys are mainly downstairs. We have tons of toys, so we have like both rooms have toys, and then we have a toy area as well. But one of the rooms that is not in use right now, but it's a bedroom, there's a lot of the toys in there, and so if they play, I try and get them to keep it quite tidy. Now, not all the toys are always picked up, especially if they go play by themselves and come back up. However, when we go downstairs to bed at night, and if I see a whack load of toys, it is time to clean up immediately. So I make sure they clean up their toys. When they're done eating dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever meal or snack, they pick up their stuff off the table. So whether it be, you know, utensils and silverware, whatever silverware, utensils, as well as their plates and everything, they bring that over to the kitchen and put it on the counter. So that is stuff that has helped me. Other than that, I mean, I would say they're just pretty basic. There is also recycling, and they do bring them out to the bin. The two oldest ones bring out the recycling sometimes, not always. I do a lot of that, but they bring it out to the bin when I tend to have a lot piled up and I don't like a lot of clutter, so they help me with that as well. They help me put the garbage bags into the garbage bins when I empty them out. So little things that I can get them help me out with, I feel is extremely important. And actually my oldest, if you look back on a video that I did with him, kind of like a little Q&A, get to know him, you know, questions, which I'll link right above here in the eye of the cards, he actually states that he enjoys cleaning. And while I want to say that I struggle sometimes with that, he is very good with it at school. Like, that is something that I hear from the teachers for feedback. So although sometimes we struggle a little bit here, at least I know that he's taking what he learns here and he's doing it elsewhere, which is perfect. So yeah, so that's basically my management. One thing too is I'm a very, very routine mom. And so I always, you know, I don't leave. I notice a lot of families, and this is not that they do it bad. I would say that this is maybe a negative for me, but for example, for dinner, I always usually cook big dinner meals. It's not usually like a quick meal, and because I stay at home, I can do that, and we don't eat too late, but I like to cook bigger meals, and we tend to have bigger meals, and so there's usually quite a bit of dishes. I have a dishwasher, as you're going to see in a previous video that I'll link here as well, for my 5 favorite kitchen item or kitchen gadget. But I also don't put everything in my dishwasher because sometimes I use larger pots. So I put like the silverware and the plates and the cups and everything, but then my bigger pots I don't. But one thing I would say is that I never leave my cleanup until the end of the night. So as soon as I'm done eating dinner, I clean that up immediately. And it doesn't take me very long. So the kids usually are fed and content. And so they're well entertained, and I get to it and I take 10 minutes and I put away, I clean off, I rinse off plates, put it in the dishwasher, and I also clean off or wash off the pots that need be, and I clean everything up immediately. So that's something that I find is good, and I don't have to tackle it later on in the day. Another thing is my dishwasher. So it's either that I load and unload at night, or I load it at night and then I'll unload it immediately as I wake up. So, excuse me, typically I would, if I do it in the morning, my routine is the morning is get the kids breakfast, they sit at the table, get the baby settled. She's usually content on the floor right now, and I feed her on later on, and I get the kids' lunches done, and I unload the dishwasher all at once. So I mean, I have little snippets of tricks here and there that help me just go on with my regular day and trying to keep things tidy. bed making. I make my bed, not necessarily the kids' bed, but because I do it so often, the oldest boy, he's very much likes his bed made, so he always fixes his sheets. So their main blanket is not always done, but the sheets and everything always have to be placed, and he does it himself. He loves to do it. So yeah, that's just little tips and tricks here for this collaboration. Let me just make sure I didn't, miss anything that maybe... there is also a mention, if I want to mention, favorite cleaning products. So I have my basic products, like I mentioned, that I do wipe things down, countertops, tabletops, dusting every single day to keep things pretty tidy in my main areas. And I use Lysol wipes, Clorox wipes. Those are, I buy the bigger tubs, and I walk around with that in the house, and my kids love to do it also. Another thing that I just discovered is Method products, and I know some of you probably already use it, and if you do, let me know what your favorite Method product is down in the comments below, because I just bought my first one, which is a bathroom cleaner. It's an all-purpose bathroom cleaner, and it foams up. It is eucalyptus and mint scent. It is so refreshing. I'm absolutely in love with that product. It is affordable, and it does its job. So next time I go to the grocery store, I've been looking around locally, and I've only found one place so far that carries Method products here. And so next time I go to that grocery store, which is within the next week or two, I'm going to look at other products that they carry, because I did notice when I picked that out, they had a line of it, and I definitely want to try out other products, like all-purpose products, if they have. I did see those, but they have different types of products that I would like. They also have hand soap, and I would love to try that out. I don't know if they have dish soap, but I'm just in love. So I think my all-time new favorite product would have to be Method. They have a wide variety of products. So if you don't, I don't know if you have it locally or not, you can also find it, I know, on Amazon Canada here, which I'm sure in the United States you could find it on Amazon and have much more option. But yeah, that's everything for this video. If you have any comments or questions, you can definitely ask me down below. Like I said, I'm a mom of 4 young kids, oldest 5, youngest 7 months. And if you have any questions that I might have not covered on how to keep things quite tidy around my house, just let me know. Right now it is a little bit messier in my house, so if you see like daily vlogs that we do, we have blankets all over our living room area. Reason number 1, first off, we just got a kitten, and what you're going to see a video coming up. Second of all, so we typically get them declawed, but we can't yet. We can't for another about, I think, 3-4 months. 3 months, yeah, 3 months until we can declaw the cat. So until that's done, the blankets are staying there. And we also did have blankets before, but just so the kids don't get all these stains and everything, because it's microfiber on the top part, and so we don't want to stain it all up. But right now we have much more blankets, so it's a little bit messier, but those are things that I can easily fold away if somebody comes, that's it. But other than that, that's all for today's video. I want to thank you for joining in. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy some content. We have a wide variety of content. And again, we post 3 days a week now, which is the newer schedule we've been following, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, with some bonus videos in between sometimes. And so I just want to say welcome and thank you for watching. So if you are new and you haven't looked back, we have a lot of playlists as well. So again, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.